we increase productivity in our life? How do we increase our level of performance? How do we become more effective on our work and on our everyday of life? How do we really utilize time even better? My dear friends, oileko yo video ma I'm going to talk about the 6 very basic steps, the 6 very baby steps, the very common framework which every one of us we should know, which every one of us we should talk about. And your framework through Bhatta, we can definitely improve our everyday cycle, my dear friends. So how do we increase our productivity? So let me take you to the first fundamental step which is required for us to increase our efficiency, to increase our productivity in life. The first fundamental step is what I like to call as planning. Oh, such a boring word, isn't it? No, it's an interesting word as well if you can enjoy it and if it is for some interesting thing in your life. The first step, planning. The more effective a plan is, the more effective the execution can get. It is often said that यदि तपाईले effective तरिकाले plan गराउनु भयो भने it means कि you are 80% already there. एउटा effective planning equals to तपाईले 80% of the action is done. Effective planning equals to 80% of action is done. Step number 1 is planning. So what kind of plan can we make? The plan can be कि यो वर्षमा what are the things which I would like to do? यो वर्षमा what are the goals which I would like to achieve? यो एक वर्षमा what are the outcomes which I would like to have? यो एक वर्षको ending ma which is that place on which I would like to be? यो एक वर्षमा what kind of person do I want to become? यो एक वर्षमा what are the things I want to accomplish? It may be तपाईको personal level ma, it may be तपाईको family को level ma, it may be तपाईको organization को level ma, कुनै पनि level ma you see what are the plans which you have for this 1 year, or it can be what are the plans which you have for the coming month, what are your plans for this coming week, or it can be what are your plans for this day. Or to make it more effective, my dear friends, the very simple and amazing question to be asked is, what is my plan for tomorrow? Do we have a plan for tomorrow? धेरै सो हामीहरू प्लान कहिले बनाउँछौँ, हामीहरू प्लान बनाउँछौँ जतिखेर हामीहरू इक्जामको लागि पढिरहेका हुन्छौँ हैन, अनि पुरा इक्जामको पढ्दा पनि पुरा हामी फ्रस्ट्रेट भइरहेका हुन्छौँ and we're like exam सकेपछि यस्तो गर्ने यार, exam सकेपछि यस्तो गर्ने यार, यता गर्ने यार, उता गर्ने. We are making plan when we are really bored, and we are not making plan when it is very right time for us to utilize that time much more effectively. हामी प्लान बनाउँछौँ जब हामीहरू फ्राइडे स्पेन्ड गरिरहेको छ. We make plan for our Saturday. किनकि Friday is often known as a happy day. Friday को दिनमा we make plan कि भोलि यस्तो गर्ने, शनिबार यस्तो गर्ने, दशैँको बिदामा यो गर्ने. You see, we are only making fun-filled plans on our life. यो मुभी हेर्न जाने, travel गर्ने. We are not usually making productive plans. The plans which can actually help us to become better version. The plans which can actually take us to the next level of our own life. So what are your plans for this year? And what are your plans for this month? What are your plans for this week? What are the plans for your tomorrow? भोलिको दिनमा what are the goals which you would like to achieve? The step number 1, planning. Make your goals, make your bucket list, make your plans, make the things which you would like to have happen in your life. And then we go to the step number 2, my dear friends. The step number 2 is creating the strategy to reach to those plans. यदि तपाईको plan गन्तव्य हो भने चाहिँ strategy is the goal which you would like to have for you to be able to reach to that particular गन्तव्य. यदि तपाईको plan तपाईको गन्तव्य हो भनेपछि तपाईको strategy is the goal which you would like to have for you to be able to reach to that particular गन्तव्य. So the strategy is the pathway that takes you closer to your goal. Strategy is the pathway that takes you closer in the process of achieving your particular plan. So strategy, my dear friends, strategy बनाउनु भनेको के हो? It is like a step के यदि तपाईले 2 तल्ला माथि चढ्नु छ भनेपछि the ladders which you have, the ladder number 1, ladder number 2, ladder number 3, they are the strategies, they are the specific plans, or let's say the specific steps which you need to have for you to achieve that particular plan which you have set for your own self, or that particular goal which you have set for your own self. So one of the very effective tool for us to be able to make effective strategy in life is the strategy has to be absolutely baby in step. Boom, I repeat, it has to be absolutely baby in step. What happens is जब हामीहरू New Year Eve celebrate गरिरहेको हुन्छ, we make lot of New Year resolutions for our coming year कि यो वर्षमा I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and most of the resolutions they fail. And the problem is, one of the main reasons why resolutions they fail is we have effective goals, we have a big plan, but we don't have specific steps. You see, we don't have the specific plans, or let's say we don't have the specific strategies to reach to those plans. And the goal is interesting, the plan is interesting, but त्यहाँसम्म पुग्ने बाटो हाम्रो क्लियर नभएको कारणले गर्दा what happens is we do not reach out there. And one of the strategies is, my dear friends, यदि तपाईको goal is you want to write a book, the strategy should not be I'm going to complete my book by this month. The baby strategy can be I'm going to write down one paragraph every single day, and I'm going to continue writing one paragraph for 1 year. 8 वर्षसम्म if you can write down one paragraph, you have a book done, isn't it? If your goal is like, I want to be a cricketer in life, the baby step is, I want to start by waking up early in the morning. Tomorrow I'm gonna make call to my friends and tell them, let's start practicing cricket. If your goal is, I want to gain weight or I want to lose weight, if that is your goal, the baby step can be, tomorrow I'm going to identify which are the gyms around me. Tomorrow I'm going to identify which are the meditation classes, which are the yoga classes all around me. So baby step is about तपाईको त्यो ठुलो गोललाई या ठुलो प्लानलाई सानो 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 स्टेपमा तपाईले डिभाइड गर्दिने, यति सानो स्टेपमा डिभाइड गर्दिने कि त्यो सानो स्टेप कम्प्लिट गर्न तपाईलाई गाह्रै छैन कि इट इज लाइक सच अ इजी वर्क, इट इज लाइक अ चाइल्डिश वर्क फर यु टु कम्प्लिट दैट टास्क। र जब तपाई त्यो सानो टास्क कम्प्लिट गर्नुहुन्छ नि, इट्स गोना मेक यु फिल कि यस्तो बच्चा काम त गरिहाल्छु नि यार। You see, it is like there is a big mountain. त्यो माउन्टेन चढ्न गाह्रो हो, तर त्यो माउन्टेन चढ्नको लागि एउटा स्टेप लिन गाह्रो हो र नो इट्स नट टफ। one step is not tough, तर one step तपाईले 1000 चोटी एकैचोटी लिँदाखेरि पो गाह्रो हो। If you have to take 1000 steps in 1 hour, that is tough, but one step is not tough, isn't it? So baby strategy भन्नुको अर्थ तपाईको ठुलो पहाड तपाईको गोल हो भनेपछि divide that ठुलो पहाड into such a small things कि it is so easy for you to do. The small step can be making a phone call, it can be writing one line, it can be having meeting with 2 people. The small things, you see. So this is the strategy which we need to adopt for us to make effective strategy. The plan that we make, the goal that we set, it has to be compelling, it has to be attractive, it has to be sexy, it has to be something which can really compel us to have our motivation. Versus the strategy which we make to reach to those goals should be very bachcha ke यति सानो 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 होस् कि त्यो अचिभ गर्न गाह्रै नहोस् के, and once you achieve it, it's going to make you feel कि सकिहाल्छु मैले त्यहाँसम्म जान के गाह्रो र, I can do it, at least मैले ढिलो भए पनि यहाँसम्म त प्रोग्रेस गरेँ र यदि मैले यहाँसम्म प्रोग्रेस गरेँ भने it means कि I can have the progress of this much is a boom, and I can have my goals done. Step number 2, having strategy. What kind of a strategy? The baby small minuscules of strategy. Now then we go to the step number 3, and the step number 3 is, my dear friends, creating a sense of urgency. And that is the point where most of us, we miss out. We make plans, we make the steps, and we don't have a sense of urgency. मलाई त्यो गर्नै पर्छ भन्ने छैन, त्यो गर्नै पर्छ जसरी भयो भने भन्ने छैन, र त्यो गर्नै पर्छ भन्ने कुरा नभएको कारणले गर्दा we postpone things. भोलि गर्छु, पर्सि गर्छु, गरम लाने, साँझ गरम लाने, एकछिनपछि गरम लाने, गरम भनेको बत्ती गयो, यो कार्य सुरु गरौँ भनेको यस्तो भयो. So when we don't have sense of urgency, the sense of excuses start to come up in front of us. I repeat, when we do not have sense of urgency, the sense of excuses start to come up. We start finding out reasons to not take that particular action. Sense of urgency is also about giving yourself a deadline and a condition that you are going to make it happen. You see, sense of urgency is about creating that particular deadline for yourself. June deadline तपाईको गाडी भइसकेपछि now you do not have any other way out, and you must go towards taking action on those particular steps in your life. So after creating this sense of urgency, after giving yourself this sense of deadline, now the fourth point is, my dear friends, it is the creation of commitment. And commitment is similar to urgency, but it is even more powerful than urgency. Urgency is about creating deadline, and commitment is about making sure that you are going to do it. Commitment is about making sure that you are going to take that particular action. You see, there is no excuses on your way when you're doing that thing. That is commitment. So the question is, how do we create that sense of commitment? Commitment create गर्नको लागि one of the strategies is just sit down and ask yourself, त्यो particular goal तपाईले meet गर्नुभयो भने, त्यो अवस्थामा तपाई पुग्नु भयो भनेपछि, त्यो plan तपाईले execute गरिसक्नु भयो भनेपछि, how are you going to feel? Where are you going to be? Think about it. Get that feeling on your head, get that feeling on your emotion, and create that picture कि त्यो प्राप्त गरिसकेपछि how will you be? How excited will you be? Have that feeling in your own head. And when you have that feeling in your own head, what happens is this commitment which you're creating, it increases. Plus your work, it does not become a burden for you. Instead, you become excited about it. Wow, I'm excited to do that thing. Wow, I'm so much interested to do that particular thing, because you see, now it becomes part of your passion. Now it becomes part of your that willingness, what a desire. So point number 4 is, my dear friends, creating that sense of commitment in you by creating that kind of picture in your head, which allows you to get driven towards that goal from your intrinsic level, from the level of your inner joy. It's point number 4. And then we go to point number 5, which is taking action. Doing that sit, making it happen, just getting your action ahead, just getting a step ahead on that particular goal. Now you do it, okay? Or you just make it happen, okay? You are in the field, you are in the process, you are in that momentum, you are part of that game, you're just doing it. Because everything that you do planning, you create sense of urgency, you make strategies, and you don't take action, that's waste of time. Tetro planning, waste of time. Tetro sense of urgency, waste of time. Tetro commitment, waste of time. So taking action. You see, letting everything go away and taking action. And after we have taken action on step number 5, now we go to step number 6, which is reflection. Action without reflection does not allow you to improve. तपाईले काहीँ गरेर perform गर्नुभयो. Oh my God, everyone is so happy with you. You're so excited. You feel like I've done it so well. And you do not ask yourself, how can I make it even better next time? You do not ask yourself, how can I be a better person? You don't ask yourself, कुन चाहिँ कुरा कस्तो भएको भए के खालको हुन सक्थ्यो? You don't ask yourself, what is the learning which I have got from this experience? Action without reflection equals to repetition of the same action. Now what happens is, there is so examination को टाइममा हामी के हुन्छ, हामी एक्जाम दिन्छौँ, एक्जाम दिँदै हाम्रो राम्रो हुँदैन होला पनि हैन, तर जब हाम्रो राम्रो हुँदैन, we make this commitment कि next time I'm going to start studying before 1 month. एक्जाम भन्दा 1 महिना अगाडिदेखि I'm going to start to study. अनि once again अर्को एक्जाम आउँछ, and once again we don't study a month before. The same chapter repeats. Reflection has to happen. Yes, of course, तपाईको exam सकेपछि you reflect and you say next time त यार म पढ्ने हो यार. But we do not reflect again and again. तपाईले exam दिनुभयो भने next time we reflect again and again. Every week we reflect कि am I in a good track? What should I do? How should these things be done? When you have taken action, now you reflect. Now you see that action from every lenses, from many lenses. What is reflection? Reflection is म यहाँनिर ऐनामा हेरिरहेको छु भनेपछि मैले आँखाबाट एउटा रे यहाँनिरबाट गयो, लाइटको रे पास भयो, त्यहाँ मिररमा ठोक्यो, फेरि यहाँनिर आइसकेपछि मेरो दिमागले पर्सेप्सन बनायो, I saw myself through that mirror. That is reflection. ऐनामा ठोकेर यतातिर, that is reflection. Reflection on our everyday life is you are seeing those experiences from different lenses, from different corners, and trying to find out better conclusion for yourself, because reflection is the highway that leads you towards realization. I repeat, reflection is that highway that leads you towards your optimum, your better realization. So the last step is we reflect that particular action. And once we have reflected, once we have better conclusion, now what do? Once again we planned. And second step, we make baby steps. Third step, we create a deadline. Your deadline, I'm gonna do it. And fourth step, we create that commitment ki those deadline ma ma tyo karya गर्ने वाला छु. And we have a lot of strategies to build our commitment. Step number 5, we take action. Step number 6, once again we reflect. And this is how we complete this cycle and continue moving on this cycle in order to increase our level of productivity. Find out the people around you who are not productive. Think about it. Why are they not productive? Because they don't have because they have poor plan, because they don't have good strategy. Steps सानो बनाएका छैनन् उहाँहरूले दिमागमा picture, सानो step बनाएका छैनन्, or they don't have sense of urgency, or they don't have commitment, or they're not taking action, or they're not improving because they're not reflecting. What about you? Find out about yourself and help other people to be much better human being than the way they are. I'll see you again. All the best.